Okay, so imagine this. You have saved up your entire life for the ultimate cruise vacation. You are finally living your dream, and then one unexpected medical emergency later. You are staring at a hospital bill so massive it wipes out everything you worked for. And here is the craziest part. It was not the cruise that destroyed your finances. It was one tiny insurance mistake made before you even stepped foot on the ship. We found the most shocking, most expensive, and most completely avoidable travel insurance errors that seniors make every single time. And I promise you, by the end of this, you will never look at travel insurance the same way again. In fact, number 3 on our list is so unbelievably common that it has cost everyday travelers tens of thousands of dollars, and almost nobody is talking about it. So, if you are planning any kind of cruise or international trip, you need to watch this right now, because what you do not know absolutely can hurt you. And in this case, it can hurt you to the tune of $30,000 or more. One of the most common and expensive mistakes seniors make is purchasing the most basic travel insurance plan available and assuming it covers everything that could go wrong on a cruise. Standard travel insurance packages are designed for the average traveler, and the average traveler is not a senior with pre-existing health conditions boarding a ship that will spend days at sea, far from any hospital. Basic plans typically cover trip cancellation and lost luggage. What they often do not cover in adequate amounts is emergency medical evacuation, which on a cruise can cost anywhere from $50,000 to over $100,000, depending on your location. When you are anchored off the coast of a remote island or sailing through international waters, getting you to a proper medical facility is an extraordinarily expensive operation. A basic plan with a medical evacuation limit of $10,000 leaves you personally responsible for the remaining $90,000. That single gap in coverage can wipe out retirement savings in a matter of hours. Pre-existing medical conditions are one of the most misunderstood areas of cruise travel insurance, and the misunderstanding almost always works against the traveler. Many seniors have conditions like heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, or arthritis that are well managed at home but can become serious emergencies at sea. The critical mistake is purchasing a travel insurance policy without understanding how it handles pre-existing conditions. Most standard policies include what is called a pre-existing condition exclusion, meaning any medical event related to a condition you had before purchasing the policy may not be covered at all. However, most insurers offer what is called a pre-existing condition waiver, which removes that exclusion entirely. The catch is that this waiver must typically be purchased within a specific window of time after making your initial cruise deposit, often within 14 to 21 days. Seniors who wait until a few weeks before departure to buy insurance almost always miss this window and sail without knowing their most likely health risks are completely excluded from their coverage. Standard trip cancellation coverage reimburses you if you cancel for a reason specifically listed in your policy, such as a sudden illness, a death in the family, or a natural disaster. What it does not cover is the vast middle ground of real life, where things change, health declines gradually, family situations shift, or you simply become too anxious about traveling given new health information from your doctor. Cancel for any reason coverage, often abbreviated as CFAR in policy documents, allows you to cancel your trip for literally any reason and receive a partial reimbursement, typically around 75% of your prepaid, non-refundable trip costs. Seniors frequently skip this upgrade because it adds to the premium cost. But when a cruise costs $5,000 to $15,000 per person, losing the entire amount because your reason for cancelling does not fit a policy's approved list is a far more painful outcome. Cancel for any reason coverage must also typically be purchased early in the booking process, making it another time-sensitive decision that cannot be left for later. Even seniors who do purchase travel insurance with medical coverage often make the mistake of not scrutinizing the actual dollar limits on that coverage. A policy that advertises medical coverage sounds reassuring until you read the fine print and discover the limit is $25,000. For a younger, healthy traveler, that might be sufficient. For a senior who experiences a cardiac event, a stroke, or a serious fall on a cruise ship, $25,000 can be exhausted within the first 24 hours of treatment. Hospitalization in many international ports, combined with specialist consultations, diagnostic imaging, and medications, adds up with alarming speed. Medical travel insurance experts consistently recommend that seniors traveling on cruises carry a minimum of $100,000 in emergency medical coverage, with many recommending $250,000 or more for extended itineraries. Reading the summary of benefits is not enough. You must read the actual policy document to find the specific sublimits that apply to different types of care, because a policy with a headline limit of $100,000 might cap cardiac-related treatment at a fraction of that amount. When you book a cruise, the cruise line will almost always offer you their own travel insurance product at the time of booking. It is convenient, it is presented as the obvious choice, and many seniors accept it without ever comparing it to independent policies available in the market. Cruise line insurance plans are not inherently bad, but they are almost universally less comprehensive than what you can find through independent travel insurance providers. Cruise line plans frequently have lower medical coverage limits, more restrictive cancellation terms, and critically, they often provide cruise credits rather than cash reimbursements when you cancel. Receiving a cruise credit when you cancel due to a serious health issue that prevents you from traveling is not the same as receiving your money back. Independent travel insurance policies purchased through reputable comparison platforms give you the ability to customize your coverage, choose higher limits, add cancel for any reason protection, and ensure that reimbursements come in cash, not future travel credits you may never be able to use. Another surprisingly common mistake is insuring only a portion of the total trip cost. Seniors sometimes insure the cruise fare itself, but forget to include the cost of flights, pre-cruise hotel stays, shore excursion bookings, and other prepaid non-refundable expenses. If something goes wrong and you need to cancel or cut your trip short, your insurance will only reimburse the amount you declared when purchasing the policy. Everything else is a loss you absorb personally. When calculating the total trip cost to insure, every prepaid, non-refundable dollar should be included. This also matters for trip interruption coverage, which reimburses you for unused portions of your trip if you must return home early due to a covered reason. If your declared trip cost does not reflect the full value of what you paid, your reimbursement will be proportionally reduced, leaving a gap that feels completely avoidable in hindsight. If cruising is not just a vacation, but a way of life for you, then protecting every voyage you take should be equally non-negotiable. Subscribe to our newsletter today and gain access to expert guidance tailored specifically for senior cruisers who refuse to leave anything to chance. From the latest updates on travel insurance policies to insider tips on maximizing your coverage without overpaying, our community of cruise enthusiasts gets the information they need before it matters most. Do not wait until you are standing at a gangway wondering whether your policy actually covers what you think it does. Join thousands of fellow cruise maniacs who have made smart, informed protection a permanent part of how they sail. Click the subscribe button now, because your next voyage deserves every advantage you can give it, and so do you.